We got up before dark, just to bring you
Top of the morning in beautiful downtown Boston.
Top of the morning, Baltimore.
Top of the morning.
Hello everybody, I'm Jerry Getka,
And I'm Lil Reed.
and you're watching another episode of Top of the Morning.
So don't touch that remote. We'll be right back.
Quicker than you can say AVAM. That's American Visionary Arts Museum.
So don't... Welcome to another episode of Top of the Morning. We have a special show for you. We are here at the American Visionary Arts Museum. There's a special exhibit going on. It's called All Faiths Beautiful, and there are a lot of wonderful artists.
And it's a special exhibit because we're in beautiful downtown Baltimore where there's so much going on all the time. But for the moment, we've stopped everything. Traffic, sound, noise, almost all the noise, as you can hear in the background.
That's right.
And we're going to take a special tour of the American Visionary Arts Museum.
That's right, and we have a wonderful artist with us, Frank Warren. He was actually at Art-O-Matic in DC. He's launching his exhibit. It's called Post Secret, postcards with little personal secrets written on it, and it's really exciting. I can't wait to see it.
It's almost like postcards on the edge.
That's right.
It should be fun. Just so you all know, we're not currently inside the museum. We're outside in a little secret garden where they have many receptions nearby in the building behind us, and they hold weddings here, parties.
That's right. They hold private receptions here. Make sure you check it out.
And let's have a word from the founder and curator of the American Visionary Arts Museum, Ms. Rebecca Hoffberger.
That's right now.
For you with difficulty parking, we apologize. The construction workers get here at 5 a.m. and some pretty good spots out there. And we also have a inflated staff as we're doing finishing up the installation. So there's a lot more cars around here this hour than normal. So again, we apologize, but thank you for making an effort, taking the time out today to come to this show. And I'll leave it at that. Just know I can help you with anything, again, regarding information about the museum, about All Faiths Beautiful. And I had a little nightmare last night, so I'm going to perhaps exercise this with you. Zoroastrianism. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Zip.
All Faiths Beautiful, from atheism to Zoroastrianism. Respect for diversity of belief. Rebecca Hoffberger, the founder and director of the museum, and the curator of the show. Thank you so much.
Does that mean there's an O missing from the...
No, it's all good.
It's all good. Okay, thank you. Actually, in the role, the creation of religion, one of the big aspects is the impermanence of life. And from our artist, the Dervish Sufi who is here, Sumit Aslan, you'll see his series of paintings today, which deal with the fact that he lost his mother at the age of 4, and what that did to awaken him. You'll see that repeated in many ways. Geraldine Lloyd here with another loss when she lost her voice to cancer after being someone known for her voice. So often we say about visionary artists, when the life experience is too big for words, it comes off with this powerful art that speaks so many words. So today, besides the members of the press, we also have our small army of volunteer, soon to be, I don't like the word docents, but I guess knowledgeable guides to the exhibition, to large groups that may come in and wish that. We usually have so much text that it can be self-guided and a very rich experience as well. But it's wonderful when someone takes the time to learn the show and to lead people through and to tell what they will hear that can't go into the text from the artist today that they'll pick up. So to the docents that have come today to learn the show from all of us, thank you so much for your time. It's a thankless job, but it's, I'm very glad that you're all here. Now, this show, we will turn 12 years old in this Thanksgiving season. This is our 13th mega exhibition. And I have to say, having been here from the beginning, it is, I think, the most beautiful show. The grounds, thanks to Joe Wall and his team, William and Eric and others, are the cleanest. Now, we battle all the construction debris every single day from the Ritz-Carlton. So the fact that the whole campus is so shining, I thank them. And then the show, we have our resident exhibition designer, Mark Ward, here with his team. Mark, for the first time, could you come up and give the names of everybody who works so hard? I've never done this because it can be kind of like boring for people, but in this case, people have to be acknowledged because everybody gave so much more of themselves than ever before. It was like 120%. This is Mark Ward.
Hello. Really, I never do this. This is a first. But I do think it's certainly worthy of mentioning the names on the team who have been a part of making this exhibition really a beautiful exhibition. And Rebecca, it starts with Rebecca, who is the curator, not only the director, but also the curator of this exhibition. And it's a very important exhibit. I know it's very near and dear to Rebecca's heart. But just to run down the names quickly, Alex Lynn, who's been working for about 6 or 7 years now on this team, Harry McMahon, which is the same, Todd Rennie, Caleb Heller, Brendan Hughes, Sandra Jones, Dylan Hay, Kristen Faber, and Sarah Magida. So I'd like to thank all of them, and I'd like for you to hear their names. And Frank Warren, I'd like to especially thank you for help with the postcards. Thank you.
It's like a SWAT team that Mark oversees, you know, that he comes in, because it's the special casework. Even at the most glorious of the world's well-funded museums, you won't see any greater care taken to how the objects are displayed and the text is displayed. And the text has been done better by the best of all text makers, by Teresa Segretti. So you'll notice that, which enhances. She came up and made her own font, which includes many of the symbols of many of the world's major religions within the font. So look at that very carefully. Teresa's in the back there hanging out. She's also the Mother Teresa of our Kinetic sculpture. You know her for that hat too. Really, it's almost Pete, you outdid yourself with that folder, with that huge poster. That's really fantastic. How much did that cost us to get it? It's good. Oh, okay. And then Katie, the right hand here, makes everything better too. All right. Well, you know, when you gave names, you always leave out people, so I'm frightened of that. So to everybody on the staff, this one, it has a special energy, this exhibition. So on hand today, we refused to go with Archbishop Desmond Tutu and we paired it with Rosie O'Donnell and the art meter. Now, how much more of a perfect to express the nature of the American Visionary Art Museum can you have than Rosie O'Donnell, Archbishop Tutu, and the whirly gig maker, 8-year-old Vala Simpson. It was quite a 10th-year celebration, but his heart was very moved. So we've asked him to serve as the head of our advisory spiritual council, which includes atheists from the social ethical societies, as well as rabbis and imams and different denominations of Christianity. And today I'm very happy because our garden was made very beautiful by someone who then hung up her gardening trowel and decided to go back and become an Episcopalian clergy. And that's Stuart Stewart, who is here as well. Within the artists themselves, we have some ordained clergy, and that is one, we have Reverend Richard Emanuel, who is here, and you'll see that. And if he wasn't a reverend, I couldn't put his art in the show because it's that strong, and it needs to come from that level of sincere voice. and Sorbet Aslan. He doesn't like to be called a Sufi master, so I won't say that. But he has passed all 5 initiations. I think he's the only one in the country that has done that, of Sufism. And he was here for last year's Rumi Festival. He's up with his daughter, Jelan, from Charleston. And we have B.F. Perkins and Sister Mary Proctor. So there's a lot of kind of clergy artists in this show as well. Now, all of the artists, could you please stand if you have a piece of artwork in the show, just so that people can see your face, the press, and know you're going to be speaking in front of your works. But Reagan and everybody, Geraldine, okay, let me have you up here. All right, you'll get to hear lots more from them when we actually go through the exhibition. Now, the scientist, Andy Newberg, a medical doctor who wrote several books, but the one that captivated my heart was called Why God Won't Go Away. And it's Andy's brain scans that you will see from different meditators from all different disciplines, Catholic nun, Tibetan priest, an atheist who does TM, a Christian who speaks in tongues. We look he looks at their brain physiology and how it changes from their relaxed state into what happens when they perform a very focused meditation. It's really kind of fascinating, and you will see that also today. So why I'm bringing up all of these different factors is that we have a very original formula here at the American Visionary Art Museum that I hope will stretch on into forever, even if we have our West Coast branch, in a few years. The exhibitions will still start here, but then go out to Los Angeles. And here is the formula. Every year, we pick one grand spiritual theme that has bedeviled or inspired humankind from the very beginning. And then we look at the world's most in tune with that theme, self-taught visionary artists who weren't given an assignment to try to cook up something on that theme, but that is the theme that has been bedeviling them or inspiring them as a muse throughout the creation of their own art. So we gather that, all these different voices that have manifested the art, and then we look for the world's wisdom around that sacred subject, the most creative thoughts that have been thought about that particular spiritual theme or spirited theme. And then we look at the humor, and then we look at the scientific relationship to that theme. And then we add the social justice underpinning that is related to that theme. So in the case of where I brought up Archbishop Desmond Tutu and Rosie O'Donnell, we had an exhibition for our 10th anniversary on character. And the original working name of that show was Race, Class, and Gender. 3 things that contribute 0 to character, because being a schmuck is an equal opportunity for everybody. So the short name was Race, Class, and Gender do not equal character. And it was a very healing show. Now, polite company always says, don't talk about, it's not PC to speak about religion and politics. But we live in a time where those factors are in our face and in our lives and have been a great force for manipulation all over the earth. I love the Houston Smith quote, which is, we have to make a very sharp distinction between authentic religion and hijacked religion. Authentic religion promotes peace, period, no exceptions. So this exhibition does not seek to preach. It rather seeks to set the table for people of all ages and background to come and to feast. It is dedicated to the great dervish poet who was born 800 years ago this past September 30th, just a couple days ago on Sunday, which happened to be Ramadan. So instead of repeating our first very beautiful Rumi Fest. We collaborated with the Maryland Muslim Council, and we held, they had fasted all day long for Ramadan, a break fast here, and a pre-tour, even before our own members had seen it, of the Rumi Festival. Because since 9/11, I think many of our Muslim neighbors and friends must feel very odd man out. And we wanted to say, we realized that yours is a faith that was based with the word in Islam, Islam, in salam, in peace. And we want to help underscore that that is the heart of most of the Muslims of the world, and not the caricature that you see portrayed so often in the news. And it is a great sadness to them as well for the portion of their community that has caused destruction. It's as great an ache for them, or more so than for us. But it would be as if we condemned all of Christianity for what happened with the Inquisition and the KKK, etc. So I think we have to, in Rumi's way, remember that it's the path of the heart that always makes the difference in faith. I was worried with people trying to embrace people of orthodoxy in any of the major religions, that the fact that our exhibition is called All Faiths Beautiful, from atheism to Zoroastrianism, respect for diversity of belief, would be off-putting atheists, because the quick thing to say, oh, godless, you won't know what they do, no moral code. But in fact, it's very clear in this exhibition some surprising facts about atheism as a belief system and agnosticism, and we'll save that for the show. Now, Baltimore, what a place to launch this exhibition. Did you know that our own board chairman, Sandra Magzamin, her great-grandfather with his brother Isaac and William Fuld, F-U-L-D, first patented the Ouija board right here in Baltimore? Yes. And then, you may know that Baltimore, the first American Catholic saint, Mother Elizabeth Seton, also Baltimore, all right? Then the other quirky thing is when the most infamous atheist in America, on the grounds of separation of church and state, First Amendment, Madeline Murray O'Hare, where was she living when she took prayer out of school? Baltimore. So there's a lot of these forces that are here, and it's kind of wonderful to recognize that we are in the state of Maryland. Last, I guess it was February, I received the Loyola College award called the Andrew White Award, the Jesuit Award. And they said, it's Maryland Week, and we just want to underscore that Maryland was the first colony to pass legislation, for religious tolerance. Very famous piece of legislation. And I said, yeah, but did you know that it applied only to Christians? So we hear tolerance, we hear it with modern ears, and they repealed it because they thought it was too liberal in a few years. So even that was too wide for them. But it's very beautiful that we're in Maryland. Maryland was, I think, the only Catholic colony. But you're also going to hear from the founder of Rhode Island, who back in the 17th century, Roger Williams, founded Rhode Island to be totally, sincerely, religiously free. And he said the best thing that I think is so modern for today, this is his exact words, okay? No modernity, added. Forced worship stinks in God's nostrils. So there's a lot of lovely surprises on the history part of the show. So, in tribute to the fact that America's First Amendment covers both freedom of speech, freedom of press, you gotta love that, as well as freedom to express your religion in any, or your faith, your belief system in any matter of conscience that is true to your own determination. We are celebrating 88-year-old, she'll be by then, Helen Thomas, at our March 15th, Beware the Ides of March, our March 15th gala fundraiser. We only hold one a year, and we're very excited to have her. And this is not for print, but I'm trying to get Stephen Colbert, who loves her, to introduce her because he does love her so much. And he is a very fine, he was raised Catholic and he teaches Sunday school. And I thought he would do a great job defining faith. I'm going to send him our own Reverend Howard Finster, America's most prolific outsider artist quote, "Faith and worry can't live in the same heart. One has to go." So we hope to get him, and we're also extending an invitation to someone else who loves Helen Thomas, and that is Bill Maher. Now, Bill Maher has been working on, it will be ready by then, a new film called, and remember he's a very famous atheist, called Religion is Stupid.